At the end of the day, we want to sit in our chair, sip what we like to sip, and relax. We want to watch what we want to watch. We don't want the person spouting at us from the television set to be fact-checked. We just want them to tell us what we already know. We don't want to wake up in the morning to statements and news that challenge our worldview. We don't want to look at the experience of others if it differs from how we experience the world. We want to reject all that. We want our workplace reality to be reflective of our version of reality. We want our family reality to fall within our expectations. We want our friend reality to always affirm what and who and how we want to be. We want to be, well, comfortable. And when people come saying, it isn't the way you see it, we dismiss them. We tell them what they really mean by their actions, even as they're trying to tell us what they mean, and then, well, we call them names. In a way, this is the human condition. And it's something we can all be guilty of in life. And today, it's on display for us. Everyone in this story of Jesus has been pushed out of their comfort zone. The priests have been moved out of that zone by the adoration of the crowds, the adoration their people, their followers have given this man. His proclamation of faith, well, it served to undermine their authority, called into question the need for sacrifice for the forgiveness of sins, been bad at the least for business at the temple. But his proclamation has done something else that is just as bad. It has people talking rebellion, bringing far too much attention to tiny Israel, far too much attention from the mighty empire that's in control. Rome rested with its foot on the neck of Israel. And the priests knew, given cause, Rome could lean. And they'd lose everything. They were out of their comfort zone. And Pilate, poor Pilate, talk about uncomfortable. Given the task of managing these mangy Jewish folks who wouldn't give in to the state religion, folks who had been historically cantankerous and prone to rebellion, folks who wouldn't even come into your house, folks who were truly a pain in the lower neck. And now they drag this man, one of their dusty, wandering preachers, in front of them, in front of Pilate, expecting him to do the dirty work. I doubt Pilate was stupid. They claim they have no law to put a man to death. Odd, isn't it, how they are suddenly so concerned about Roman law? No one seemed that concerned when it came time to stone the woman caught in adultery that Jesus ended up saving. No one seemed that concerned that time the crowd decided to drive Jesus off a cliff. No one seemed that concerned when it was time to put the head of John the Baptist on a plate. But suddenly, we're law-abiding, which tells us something. Probably that these priests don't want this blood on their hands. A side note, most historians feel that Rome was the greater cause in the death of Jesus. Anyone gathering large crowds around him was considered suspicious by the empire and would likely be executed. Rolling into Jerusalem to the tune of Hosanna probably sealed Jesus' fate. But the author of John, who is a Jew, is not happy with his community. and he doesn't mind holding their failings up to the light. Regardless, Pilate is uncomfortable. He wants to release Jesus, so he punishes him to see if this will make his visitors happy, and it doesn't. Instead, he finds his position and his authority called into question. He says he's a son of God, they say. Blasphemy for both parties. That's blasphemy in the eyes of the Jewish priests, but for the Romans, Son of God is a title reserved only for the emperor. And the priests keep pushing. If you release this man, you are no friend of the emperor, they say. So the kangaroo court goes on, with everyone seeking a solution, a return to normalcy, the chance to go home, sit back, turn on the news, and hope that by morning, life is normal again. That the challenge to reality will be shut down. Everyone has been pushed out of their comfort zone. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. The soldiers seem pretty darn comfortable. Their business is destruction. They have been hardened by it. They have come to that sick place human beings can come to where they actually delight in it. They're comfortable because they are in the business of restoring the comfort of the status quo through blood. They're in the business of empire. And Jesus? Well, he seems pretty comfortable too. He's found his strength. He answers with wisdom and truth. He will not allow his tormentors the luxury of their easy comfort. He stands for God. Human condition on display. Last Sunday, I was at the Atlanta Civil Rights Museum, and on Monday, we went to see the Martin Luther King Center. And if we ever think that we have moved past the point as a society where we will resort to violence to preserve the comforts we humans long for, to preserve our worldview, to fight the notion that somehow we must be changed, well, let's just say a trip there will remind you, no. We human beings are still capable of doing horrible things to each other. A trip there reminds you. It will change your mind. To quote Meta Stamper, servants reflect the one who is their master. Servants of Caesar are known by their violence. Jesus says everyone will know his servants by their love. We might wish to ask if this is so of us. The march to the cross goes on. The kangaroo court makes its decision. And the one who insinuated that love can save us, that truth will set us free, has been, for the actors of this drama, thankfully silenced. The order is given. The cross awaits. Time to go home. Sip something. Be at peace. Be allowed to see the world on one's own terms. No more silly talk of love and truth getting in the way. But of course, they were all in for a surprise.